Hi, in this series we're going to learn how to create a simple chat program where you can have a client and a server and then chat over the internet with the client or whoever's on the server side. There's going to be a few more tutorials after this that make it more complex where the server has multiple clients and they can all talk to each other, but we're going to start with just a simple client chat server. So first thing we're going to do is create a new project in NetBeans, Java application, and we're going to call this chat server. Finish. So we're going to import javax.swing, import java.awt, import java.awt.event, import java.net, import java.io, and that should do it for that. Now we're going to create our constructor, public chat server. And we're going to say private jframe, private server socket, private socket, client socket, private object input stream, OIS, private object output stream, OOS, private JText area, JTA, private JScroll pane, JScroll, private JText field, JTF input, private JButton, JButton send, and up here we're going to say implements runnable action listener. Then we're going to add our public void run method, and we're going to add our public void action performed action event AE method. Now we're going to say in our main method swing utilities dot invoke later new runnable public void run new chat server. We're going to add our semicolon down there. Now we're ready to start really getting into the meat of the code. So we're going to say jframe equals new jframe chat server, jframe dot set default close operation, jframe dot exit on close, jframe dot set layout new flow layout, jframe dot set size 300 320, then we're going to say thread my thread equals new thread this my thread dot start, JTA equals new JText area 1515, JTA dot set editable false, JTA dot set line wrap true, JScroll equals new JScroll pane, JTA, JTF input equals new JText field 15, JTF input dot add action listener this, JButton send equals new JButton send, JButton send dot add action listener this, then JFrame dot get content pane dot add JScroll, JFrame dot get content pane dot add JTF input, JFrame dot get content pane dot add JButton send, then JFrame dot set visible true. Now in our run method, we're going to say try catch IO exception E, catch class not found exception E, E dot print stack trace, E dot print stack trace. We're going to say server socket equals new server socket. We're going to listen on port 4444. And then client socket equals new socket. Well, actually, server socket dot accept. And ooze equals new object in or output stream. Server socket dot get output stream. OIS equals new object input stream. Server socket dot get input stream. I made a mistake here. It's client socket dot get output stream and client socket dot get input stream. And we're going to say, well, true object input equals OIS dot read object, JTA dot set text, JTA dot get text plus client says plus string input. We're going to cast it to a string plus /n Now in our action performed method, we're going to say if a.getActionCommand dot equals send or a.getSource instance of jText field, we're going to say try catch IO exception e.print stack trace uis.write object jtf input dot get text. Then we're going to say jta dot set text jta dot get text plus jt plus usay plus jtf input dot get text plus /n, and that should do it for our server. Now we're going to save it and run it. Doesn't do anything yet because we need to write the client. So now we're going to do that. We're going to write the client. So file, new project, Java application, chat client, finish. And we're going to do some copying and pasting here because it's very similar to the chat server. So we're going to copy all the imports and paste it into chat client. Then we're going to copy these and paste it into chat client. We're going to delete the server socket, and we're going to say under the socket we're going to delete client and just call it socket. And we're going to copy the swing utilities invoke later, and we're going to paste it in the main method, and we're going to say chat client. Now we're going to say public chat client. We're going to create our constructor. We're going to say implements runnable action listener, public void run, public void action performed, action event AE. Now we're going to copy our this stuff from the action performed method in the server. Copy it, paste it, and in the run method we're going to copy everything up to try, paste it, and we're going to delete this. We're going to say socket equals new socket localhost 4444 socket.getOutputStream, socket.getInputStream, and in the chat client we're going to copy all of this and we're going to say chat client now we're going to run the server and we're going to run the client. Now we're going to say we're going to move these windows so they're in the middle of the screen so you can see them. Hello there. Hello back. Actually, we made a slight error here. We need to say server says. Now let's run them. Always run the server first because the client connects to the server. Oops. Now let's say hello there. Server says hello there. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to set up port forwarding so that you can connect online to a different computer. This is a little advanced, but you should be able to follow. So open your web browser and type in 192, if you have a router, that is, and most people have a router these days, 192.168.1.1. Enter in your username and password. If you don't know them, you can look up the type of router that you have and ask for the default name and password to get onto it. In this case, my router is WRT54GL and my password is admin, so I just type in admin and then you press login, and then you want to go to applications and gaming or port forwarding, whatever it says. In this case, this is port range forward, and you want to check and see what your IP address is on the network. So you want to open your network preferences, go to TCP/IP, and as you can see, my IP address is 192.168.1.101. Let's click OK. This is a Mac, so it might be different if you're on a Windows computer, but since it's 101, we want to enable that and disable 103. It does that. And then in the application, you type chat, and it's port 4444 to 4444. You want to keep both checked, TCP and UDP. And here's your IP address, 192.168.1.101. Now keep in mind that's the IP address for the local network. So your different IP address is, you can find that by going to what is my IP in Google search, and you can figure out, okay, here's my default address. Now let's go back to NetBeans since we set up port forwarding, and let's go to the chat client and type in, instead of localhost, put the IP address that you found in Google. Now run chat server and the chat client. It says connection refused. Wait a second. I think I needed to save the settings. Now let's try it. Hello there. Server says hello there. So now it's going over the internet instead of just localhost connected to your computer. Hello back. So what you can do is you can go into NetBeans. Again, NetBeans is my favorite compiler. And NetBeans has a function called clean and build. So you just click the clean and build button and it'll say build successful down here in the chat server clean.jar. Then navigate to your teaching chat program, okay, to your chat server folder and click on dist, and then you have chatserver.jar, and you can put this jar file on one computer and then go back to NetBeans, chat client, clean and build successful, documents, Java, teaching chat program, chat client now is a dist file, chat client.jar, and put this on another computer and have them connect with each other. So if you open the jar file, opens the server, and if you open the client file, chat client.jar, it opens the client. Hello there. Client says hello there. So that's basically all you need to know to write a successful chat program for the internet. And it has lots of uses. You know, you can have a chat program for like a small business so that different employees can chat with each other over the network. And yeah, so it's really cool stuff, and hopefully you'll see me in my next video. I'm going to make the chat client and chat server a bit more advanced. You'll see what I mean. So that's basically it. Alright, signing out. Bye.